everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of No Budget Reviews. I'm your host, Twisted Smiles, and today I'm very excited. I'm going to review a movie in one of my favorite series of all time, the new Jurassic Park. That's right, Jurassic World. And I gotta say, I'm very, very happy with this movie. Because with me, movies, it's all about how it makes you feel. Not whether or not the movie's good or not, or bad, but how it makes you feel. And this movie made me feel like I was 5 years old again, which was insanely awesome. Being born in 1988, growing up in the 90s, I remember the very first movie I ever saw in the theaters was Jurassic Park. I can picture it clear as day, and I love that movie. It's still one of my favorites to this day. I was that kid growing up. I was probably one of the only kids I ever knew at 5 years old that could say paleontologist correctly. You know, because that's why I wanted to be nothing more than that. I had dinosaurs everywhere, all the time. Books, toys, movies, everything. So Jurassic Park is a big part of my life and my childhood. So really excited to get to see this movie and really excited on how good it was. I'm happy. I am very, very happy. I mean, there's Easter eggs because the movie takes place on the first island that took place was the set of the first movie. Isla Nublar, I believe. Well, that's where they built the new park in the movie, but as you go throughout the movie, there's Easter eggs, like apparently they never tore down the original facility, and those kids in the new movie stumble upon it, and it's all aged over, and there's trees growing in it, and all kinds of stuff, but I'm sitting there thinking, wow, that's the end scene of the first movie where that T-Rex whooped the shit out of some raptors. So, it was pretty awesome, just wow. Like I'm still blown away by it, just how much emotion came with these scenes, just the Easter eggs. I mean, you see the facility, they go in the back and there's the old Jeeps, Jurassic Park Jeeps, that they drove in the first movie. And then even the mural, the wall where Lex and Tim are sitting in that cafeteria, dining area, and then the raptors start walking behind it, but there's pictures of dinosaurs, all kinds of dinosaurs all over it. I'm just sitting there looking at it like, wow, this is freaking awesome. And speaking of the kids, I didn't really like their parts in the movie as much as I did, say, Lex and Tim in the first one. I mean, they really had a strong performance in the first movie. I felt fear. Like when that Jurassic Park SUV got flipped over by the T-Rex and Tim's inside screaming his head off, I believed it. He made me believe like he was in danger. But these kids, I don't know. In the new movie, their parts just kind of disappoint. Their emotion throughout the movie feels very forced, and it's a very overdone, combination. You got the older brother who's an asshole, and the little brother who's a nerd, just likes dinosaurs, which, is basically me at that age. But, I mean, like I said, their emotions just feel really forced, and I just didn't care for their parts. But other than that, a big surprise as far as the acting goes, Chris Pratt, his performance was actually really good. I was surprised because I was a little worried, him being primarily a comedy actor. Funny, yeah, don't get me wrong, he is funny, but I was a little worried about him being in a serious role. Yes, he brings some comedy to the table in this movie, but it's not all fun and games with him in this movie like it is usually. So he did really good. I mean, I was a fan of him in Guardians of the Galaxy, so I did have some hope, but I don't know. This being Jurassic Park, like I said, just such a big part of my life, I didn't want it to be, ruined by poor casting because, I mean, the last Jurassic Park 3, I didn't care for it. I just honestly didn't care for it. The story was kind of bleh, so I don't know. But other than that, you also have Vincent D'Onofrio, I believe is his name. I don't know how to pronounce it, really. But he's in the movie, and if you don't know who he is, he actually plays the Kingpin in Netflix's new series, Daredevil. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's amazing. Season 2, Punisher's gonna appear. Anyway, he's in the movie, and if you haven't seen his acts, I mean, he's really good. I mean, you got Gomer Pyle in Full Metal Jacket, one of the Law and Orders. He's a star of one of the Law and Orders. I can never keep up. There's like 20 different versions of it now. Criminal Intent, I think. But he's really good in that. It's probably the only Law and Order I would ever watch just because he's in it. Let's see. He's in a few other things right now I can't really think of off the top of my head, but overall, glad to see that he was in there, you know, because like I said, he's one of my favorite actors. And then, let's see. Oh yeah. For some reason, Jimmy Fallon's in the movie. I don't know. I just don't like Jimmy Fallon. That's me personally. I don't understand why he still has a show, because I just hate people that do nothing but smile all the damn time when there's no reason to. It just pisses me off. You don't need to be that happy all the time. I mean, if you ask me, my opinion, he's only done one good thing in his entire career, and that was recently when he remade More Than Words by Extreme with Jack Black. That was awesome. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. He did a very good job with Jack. That was amazing. I was blown away by that. That was literally the only good thing he's done in his career, as far as I'm concerned. But you know the orbs in the movie, the little spheres that they drive around the fields in, looking at the dinosaurs in the movie. Probably see it in the trailers. Well, looks cool, right? Well, for some reason, there's a little monitor down by the controls that you use to drive around with Jimmy Fallon going over everything with you, like describing everything that you're seeing and how the freaking sphere works. I'm just, really? Like he's in a lab coat pretending to be smart or whatever. But I literally said that. I was in the theater and he came up, I'm like, really? It would have been better if they had Jack Black do that, if they were going with somebody funny. I mean, I don't know. He's like the big thing nowadays. I don't get it. Anyway, back to some of the better parts of the movie. All kinds of dinosaurs in this, and then they save the best for last. You got the Mosasaurus, who's the gigantic water dinosaur that eats the shark in the trailer. It's actually in it a few times in the movie. Really awesome dinosaur and awesome to watch, you know, just see. I saw it in 3D, so it was pretty cool to see that. The raptors were amazing, but they saved the best for last. They do not really show you the T-Rex until the end. And the reason why is because the end scene is an epic fight between the Indominus Rex, the T-Rex, and a Velociraptor. That is insane. You actually watch a T-Rex and a raptor team up on this dinosaur. Like, what? I'm sitting there on the edge of my seat like, dude, they're fighting this dinosaur together. This is awesome. And the new dinosaur is great too. I mean, the Indominus Rex, obviously, genetic cross mutation made in a lab. I'm not going to go and tell you what dinosaurs it is. You can obviously guess it's a T-Rex, you know, from the name. But the other dinosaur, I'm not going to spoil that for you. I know I've given you a little bit already, but if you watch and look at it, how it moves, how it looks, you can pretty much guess what the other dinosaur is. Because for some reason throughout the movie, they're like, oh, it's a cross between a T-Rex and the other one's classified. And I'm like, dude, it's a blank, you know, obviously. But it was really easy for me to call, because when they finally reveal what it is, I was like, knew it. So, I don't know. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park, know your dinosaurs, you probably guess as well. But yeah, this dinosaur is smart. It's pretty much got superpowers, because as you know, in the Jurassic Park universe, there's missing pieces in the DNA strands, which they have to fill in with the DNA of other animals, be it a lizard, a frog, as they said in the first movie. Well, apparently they use like a pufferfish and a tree frog, some sort of tree frog, and this thing can now camouflage itself and hide its body heat from thermal scannings. I'm like, what? This is insane. This dinosaur is crazy hard to kill. I mean, once it gets out, things escalate very quickly. The movie's a little bit slow getting started, but once it gets going, that dinosaur wreaks absolute havoc on this island. But then you get the insanely awesome epic fight at the end between the Indominus Rex, a T-Rex, and a Velociraptor. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So the fight ends very well. Most people get away. I guess, I mean, not everybody on the island dies, obviously. There's like 20,000 some people there or something. But, yeah, overall, I love the movie. It was very fun, very enjoyable. I will see it again, definitely. I'd have to give it an 8.5, because obviously the acting wasn't too great, and then Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, he got a half a point. No, I'd say half of a point for the acting, and then a whole point for Jimmy Fallon. So 8.5, not too bad. The movie's pretty awesome, definitely better than the third one. So I hope you guys like this review. Sorry about the spoilers, but I gave you a warning. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.